Welcome to Nanoscopic Drop, where I'll be giving the concessions I'll be true to my true heart and where professional wrestling, my favorite sport, will say how does the event land and where will it be competed to the Athenaeum. And in this world is how I engine my opinions and give out while afterward I can also see all of you people have your own too. So don't forget about your thoughts and opinions when watching your self set of matches/bouts. And I'm not the only one doing this in exploring entertainment like this, so you decide if you like it or not. Nobody's wrong with their own unique perspective. So by kicking off the, I believe, 5th episode of my newly born podcast and Small Lugg scrutiny, I'm in search of one particular pay-per-view today, which will be revealed in further moments. Before I buckle up, I would like for you to please subscribe to the channel and knock the like button down and comment on whether what matches or wrestlers work should I have Anton's next. Lugs on standby. And let's go. Okay, guys. This is my first time reviewing Ring of Honor pay-per-view, and I've been waiting for this for months now. And finally, I've got to finish. I've finally got to finish 19th anniversary of Ring of Honor. So the last time I went to go see one was probably years back during the Cody Rhodes versus Kenny Omega feud, way before even AEW started. So around maybe 2016 or 2017. But anyways, since I got started, since I came back to Ring of Honor this year, and once the tournament started to bring back the pure title tournament, to bring back the pure title championship, they actually kick off the whole show with no, never mind. They actually start off with the Ring of Honor's World Television Championship coming up next, and it's not kickoff match, but in its first card of the show, and it's Kenny King versus Hot Sauce Tracy Williams. Now, what I heard about the World Television Championship was that it was the actual title holder was Dragon Lee, but for some reason he has some kind of injury, which I really don't know what was it specifically, but he approved that Kenny King, his teammate, which is part of this group that ROH has, approved that his partner needs to defend the television gold against Hot Sauce Tracy Williams, and here's how it starts. Tracy catches both feet in stomping one to carry trouble early for King. Disfigure and oxygen compression is what wraps up until a rope break dissolves Trace's game plan. It's captivating. Notice how Kenny's counter when popping a spinebuster and a tiger bomb kept the foe's lower back a warning just by reversing an Irish whip, which was a great counter. Tracy strikes back on a trifecta, managing a top rope front DDT, discus clothesline, and knocks a fireman carry driver. Amy Rose, who happens to be managing with Kenny King. He placed Kenny onto the rope break, which led Williams distracted and stumbles by a low blow, but kicks out in a near fall. Thankfully, Amy slides the television belt, the gold belt, revealing both men locking eyes to see who goes first. The intelligence erases the title holder for going first and doesn't counter a pile driver, which shockingly winning the gold. I couldn't be happier seeing that, because I was really into this newly feud that light up over Final Battle at the end of the main event, where it was the Foundation versus the LOD group. Let me check. The LFI group, my bad. And so I couldn't be happy to seeing Tracy Williams winning that belt early for a win for the Foundation. He actually deserved it, even with witnessing the Foley length less than 10 minutes. His conclusion blocked everything before the title change. So I love that. So I love that match. And the second card of the show will be the Mercenary Flip Gordon versus Mark Briscoe. A knife how it starts was with the knife edge chopped game, runs up and running the same track to pursue one's last strike. He succeeded from by flip, and when reaching on the top rope, Mark eats a Kinder Surprise by reaching that top of the mountain, meaning top rope, and Flip attempts a dive, but Briscoe blows his opponent's balance by pushing him out at ringside, leaving him grounded. Scoring a diving blockbuster running over the apron. Next, the superplex passes them down together, which by blowing a big boot and a drop kick that travels off the canvas, but retaliates when dropping a leg low blow during the ref's involvement, brushing off a steel chair, which Gordon delivers a fireman's carry TKO. Mark has been a fun man wilding over jumping to a chair in its trampoline. He's most of the jumping, energetic kind of as of half of the Briscoe brothers, and this took a flaw on him when not pursuing the jump for the missionaries' run-in. Their performance are greatly calculated by how reaching offense is traded in on almost every blow. A babyface throws a heel, the heel throws a babyface, and it never circulated as one man's receiving more maneuver points. Cut the specific fully length. I loved it. 2-0 for no bad matches so far. So nothing bad happens. Nothing bad happened during in these two matches that I'm receiving. The third card will be Dalton Castle versus Josh Woods. How it starts, the grappling shown as if it settles pure rules. Dalton and Josh were at the point of a certain style in this match, which I really like and really paid close attention at. I wanted to see who can value grapple and stand to be at a mastery at that particular way in attacking. Gut wrench attempts kept putting a stoppage back and forth. Josh hooks between over the second rope and his lower back, receives a chop, a kick, backbreaker, and captures a German suplex. Don't forget, not wild. What's his name? Elias Young, I believe. Elias Young manages Josh at ringside. Dalton takes a distraction to pull once. Elias talks with Woods. The technicality of Castle launching his weight against Josh's lower back. Speaking on that, Woods eventually took Dalton's to throwing him out 3 times to the barricade, and Dalton has so much to go up to counter, but Josh works a lot in unlocking a way out. Trade German suplexes, finalizes a butterfly suplex. The ref got him pushed away at ringside, and Josh rolled up, surprised me over his how he got launched directly to the betrayal of Young destroying Josh Woods' victory. He shot him by a chair shot, which happened and made him lose the match, making Castle the winner. And the performance has it on and off on their grapple style when catching their distinctive moveset. But it kept the third streak ongoing for the 19th anniversary match card, so I love that match. Pretty good match. And this one I've been waiting for since I believe it was canceled during Final Battle 2020. It was supposed to be a singles bout of Jay Briscoe versus EC3. And now finally we got to see this match at that day at 19th anniversary. EC3 comes up, he shows the code of honor for Jay to connect, but he refuses. Ethan's intersection dodges a big boot. Then there was a stare down. The headlock rubbed and pressured Jay all the way in the beginning. The Psycho Boy Lothes press stops the second intersection, and these guys know how to perfect a slow burning movement, which I give thanks to EC3 for doing so much pressure and pressing so much of the headlock, revealing its traditional maneuvers influenced as the decades-old force. During mid-match, Briscoe's limping according to an injury, once diving a clothesline off the apron against EC3. It took notice in Carter's next mission, messing up the left knee of Jay. After boredom on the last bout of Jay facing Shane Taylor, he's gone to improve as a striker and a risk taker. And just look how the fireman's carry driver landed on the apron. Jay landed the third neck breaker that cranked Ethan Carter's neck, which pursued led to Jay overhead at the end, exhausting Carter and its best parts of the match. It pinpoint was where the Code of Honor takes acceptance on both, and Jay rakes, and then Jay takes an underhook power driver for the win. Shockingly, I thought EC3 was gonna take it down. I was more rooting for EC3, especially with this new character that I really like, that I've never seen before. Especially even when he was popping off on the Impact years, during him and Dixie Carter managing that whole company. By the way, this match was probably going to be a contender for the best match of the show so far. And speaking of that, there was a three-way happening, which is Flamita versus Bandito versus Rey Horus. How it starts was sweep from arm drag to Hurricanrana's. Nothing but respect that Bandito and Horus worked on borrowing force and control, then really going up for victory early. Flamita is very bitter in his character. He does a leg split dropkick on both of his teammates, blames them for the defeat that they've gotten over losing the tag team gold at Ring of Honor's 19th anniversary hour 1, which is basically their kickoff pre-show. He also Flamita was scrubbing dirt to show how mad he is to the Mexi squad. Bandito's quickness exceeds upon striking levels. All three men were top notch out there for assembling unique offenses such as the electric chair assist, lifting suplex, and Flamita's simultaneously running senton / codebreaker combo, the unison running big boot / body strike, and lastly the crossbody flipping Poison Rana. And Bandito's quickness gains the Blackjack 21 suplex, running a pinfall victory. You can see that the Mexi squad, so all three men, they really put themselves into experience. Like, they have really great wrestling experience each other, and to ruin one's night in their wrestling rank, the luchadores simply put on a tremendous match to score 5-0 in a no mid or worse matches of the show. And moving forward, this is the Matt Taven versus Vincent. This is not positioned as an unsanctioned match. Place for this feud to still continue. Former friends, current enemies. In this setting, they put on as a gym. They put it on. They face each other in some gym, in a setting outside of the Ring of Honor ring. In fact, this place is where Taven and Vincent met each other for the first time. Close fist faded once Taven misses a suicide dive and knocks himself onto ladders. The chairs led to Matt's elbow dropping, reaching the next floor to another ring, exposing the canvas, revealing wood, and lands a corner tornado cutter, planting Matt. Vince plants 2 tables to push his foe on top of the seating area. Weirdly enough, an unknown intruder pushes both Matt straight through the 2 tables. Vincent being carried by the intruder while leaving Matt there is no other way to receive help over that brutal spot taking. That's the whole summary basically on this match. It broke in the 5-star studded match streak. It was really bad. The timing was so fast. And it felt like they were like pretty much midway. They ended midway of this match. I thought it was gonna go over longer. But sadly, in my depiction, it really trained anything rolling it really drained from in its appropriate timing, performance, and never succeeded the continuation, building more friction. By the way, this feud has been built up for almost less than 2 years or so. So just having that on our plate is more like a side piece than a full-sized meal here. Just downright a dump of a toilet. In other news, by the way, so cutting off with a match a match from Maria I don't know how you pronounce her last name. Maria Kanellis, I think Kanellis Bennett announces as board of directors of Ring of Honor and speaks for the upcoming Ring of Honor Women's Championship tournament. Now, I know for sure that there was a title defense for the Women's Championship around the time when I left, but I don't know why it disappeared for some reason. So, especially since I hadn't been paying attention in 2018 or 2019 or 2020. So hopefully this championship tournament gets a comeback and has more interest and builds up and has this better built of the women's division better than any other companies around there like AEW, WWE. Then I'll cutting that off. Jonathan Gresham, as the title holder of the pure championship. Pure rules contained in this match, of course. He faces against Dak Draper, and from how this match goes, a nose wash goes to begin with before Dax pushes away John's headlocks, and looking at the height and weight comparison, it's unmatched, but intriguing to who's there to overcome and grab the pure title. Dax unique midsection hold, led wrapping his own body to twist for more leverage. Rotating stretch muffler had ruined John's empty out, which ruined John to empty out his rope breaks. So that's a bad signal, especially since his stomach became at most damaged. Great for Dak, of course. Could possibly likely win the championship that day, but I'm continuing on. Targets injecting kicks onto Dak's left thigh, set the same position, damaging their body part. It's now even, and Dak empties out the rope breaks to prevent pinfalls and submission. Jonathan advances greatly for this innovative dive, nailing a suicide launch sleeper hold right at ringside, locking it for about 2 minutes, and Dak walked around to the ring, but loses consciousness and loses the golden shot by knocked out over the sleeper hold. Now that performance gave it all at some of its technical style on both men, but there was some minimal aerials of John, but more powerhouse styles from Dak Draper, which I respect fully in his performance here. I love it, making the match as an all-rounder contest, and its timing pressured a lot of dealing with these two. Great pacing and no lack of effort. This recovered to gaining the five match streak, the approval that I really like. So this was already 6 matches up that I really like so far, except the horrific match of Matt Taven versus Vincent. Let me see what else. Oddly enough, due to Kenny King losing the title belt, losing the television belt, he has to go on for another second match against Bestia as part of the members of the group of LFI. With Amy Rose managing, they face along the Foundation, Tracy Williams and Red Titus, for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships on the line. King and Bestia advance after denying an offer from the Foundation's Code of Honor by driving them both through barricades at ringside. Diving Santon selects LFI to run control at its beginning. Bestia breaks the sequence against Tracy, spotted a botch of Bestia's, must have mistakenly landed a kick and doing no connection with Tracy, so pretty awkward on that one. And a power driver and the fully Nelson lock were performed greatly, including Bestia's wheelbarrow driver. Amy slides a chair, which explained Bestia's anger towards her. And Red dropkicked Bestia by the back. 2 running corner boots that didn't even seem to execute well, especially without hearing any smack into it. The fully Nelson hold had Kenny's partner have a breaking point and lost the tag team gold. As the Foundation wins, thankfully. It did felt a bit of a rush. And performance should have left more on Red as Tracy, since Tracy did more of the work, honestly. And especially Bestia too. He needed more maneuvers. The 3 spots that really left a small stain in this match. So I find this probably the second less favorite bout, but not connected as the awful unsanctioned match from, again, Matt Taven and Vincent versus Vincent. In its main event, it's Rush, I would say, versus Jay Lethal. Now this is for the Ring of Honor World Championship. This is a big one. And how it starts is forearm strike labeled by Rush, standing Jay at ringside and viciously slams a barricaded door, just how it went down previously when attacking Brody King months ago at Final Battle 2020. You can look that up in the previous episode. I don't know what number of the episode, but you can go look for it. The back body drop doesn't run well to Lethal as his attempt can't elevate yet. Dirt maneuvers and stomping and squishing the opponent's head, and once again sweeps suplex Jay on the turnbuckles. Rush doesn't seem to sell any of what his enemies got to offer to striking hands. The game turned out to be giving leg strikes according to Jay's super kick, Rush's high knee, Jay's enziguri, Rush spin and a run spin kick, and finalizing with Jay's second enziguri. Amazing sequence on that one. Wrestlers have this pretty rare when wanting to feel pressured against themselves to see if their opponent was good enough to stop you or whoever. They've maxed out the best that each can possibly must have solved to win this match. It turned out Rush seems to be at a level where this splitting offense is valid, and giving some of that piece of respect for an act like that. So I praise Rush for doing that. In this match. LFI, Rush's group, interferes to chair shot Jay, which accomplished successfully. But thankfully, what you guys hadn't known yet is that Jay wanted to let the ref know that it'll be fine if Rush does any of his tactics and his cheats outside of the ring. And so what the ref did, he kept Lethal's promise to not disqualify this match. So as it continued, the Foundation settles down LFI while the lethal injection finisher couldn't land a pinfall victory. Rush got to nail 2 running drop kicks, which landed to retain, closing out another chapter of his title defense. For a moment, I felt like that Jay Lethal was gonna win, but for some he let us down on this one. Luckily, most of the Foundation have gotten the titles from then the World Championship. But on a good note though, how to end this match was perfect. In the aftermath, I should say, after the bell, Brody Kings announces a new group and attacks LFI, but then he also shuts down Jay Lethal. And with this new group that Brody King introduces us was Tony Deppen. It joins with Chris Dickinson and the return of Homicide. Just the way to end the show for that. So I really can't wait what's on the other events that's gonna come up, especially with this new group. This match, this entirety of the show was so much better than the Final Battle 2020, its last pay-per-view. And I hope that, I get to run along this year with Ring of Honor and get to know more and get to follow that format in its company to see if I can have a strong love for it as I had in the previous years during like 2016, 2017. Hope for the best of the company. Hopefully I get to still show you guys my review of this pay-per-view. And I mean honestly I find this pay-per-view better than AEW's Revolution. So that's a big win for Ring of Honor right now. So hopefully this 2021 year for Ring of Honor and the rest of its company brands, that hopefully Impact will be involved and I can review them daily whenever a pay-per-view comes out. Hopefully I get a review from them if it's good. That's that, folks. Hope you guys enjoyed this review of Ring of Honor 19th anniversary. Hope for the best for the brand, and hope you guys can continue my story, my opinion, of course. And I guess this is it. Lugg's off to relaxation. Goodbye, guys.